Hello.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the meeting to order. We have approval of tonight's agenda. I make a motion to approve the agenda. All in favor? Okay. We have approval of the minutes from the November 17th, 2025 regular meeting. Make a motion to approve those minutes. Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Moving on to old business, town ordinance 2025-07, 2025 comprehensive plan update and adoption.
Yeah, so we presented the first reading of that at our last meeting, and we've got Edwin here from Kirksey. Edwin, do you want to provide some input before we do our final reading and adoption of the comp plan ordinance?
Yeah, I think Emily sent you a revised map. I think that was one of the comments you had.
Yep, and I gave that to everybody there. So everybody should have that there. Yep. The only change was just commercial on the east side of town there, where we had our annexation and everything. We've seen some housing interest as well, but sort of looking at it from a zoning standpoint, zoning it commercial or general business gives us the openness to implement housing in certain areas without any variances being required. So, but our planning commission is working on that at the same time. But yep, thank you for that update. We appreciate it.
Okay. I mean, I think we took all the public input that we got and the input from the council, and Emily has put the draft plan together. So I don't know, Emily, you have anything to add?
Yeah, apologies for being so late. Wonderful snowstorm traffic. So yeah, we took all of the input, and from, you know, what we had heard from, you know, obviously when we came and met with the town council, but also what we got from the survey, which had, again, phenomenal input, great results, lots of good stuff. And some, you know, things that were concerns for the community. But we really took all of that information and we put it into a plan that we feel is definitely user friendly. That it has some case studies or some, here's what we have done from other communities, similar sizes. But obviously all communities within the Kirksey region. So they're your neighbors that if you wanted to go and see what they have done or get a little bit more information or talk to the consultant that they worked with, it's right there at your fingertips, and we're happy to connect. And that's kind of what we wanted to do with this, was to be able to help you implement some strategic initiatives for your greater community, but do it all within basically the context of we have connections and partners, and together we can do more, right? So we were really excited to be able to provide this input, provide this plan and this update for you, and just the opportunity to work with you all. So if there's any other questions, I would be happy to answer anything.
We discussed it over previously quite a bit. We've got a lot of our steering committee input and a lot of, like Emily said, community input that makes it a good document moving forward to use as a guideline to help improve our town. I know a lot of the things when we first sat down, Joe and I went through pretty much all of the comp plan, and we had checked a lot of boxes, and a lot of boxes we didn't even realize were in there, that we had done something or had some movement on it. So that was a great exercise in sort of having it all put together and knowing what was accomplished over the last 5 years. And then seeing what the public input and our steering committee had to inform this going forward. So as I said, we're not throwing out previously, we had stated, we're not throwing out the old plan. This is just in addition to and it'll be connected to that document. So if there's
Okay.
no further input,
Yeah. Motion to
an ordinance adopting the 2025 comprehensive plan for the incorporated town of North Judson, Indiana, ordinance number 2025-07. Need a motion to adopt.
make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-07.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you guys for your help very much.
Is this my copy here or is this?
Just to be signed.
Okay, yeah, but the copy of itself.
I kept it to it to go with the ordinance.
Okay, I'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get digital copies for everybody as well, like printed copies. That way you can have it.
I have a folder.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, this was just sort of as an
No problem.
attachment.
I
Yep,
attached it all together. I just want to make sure if you didn't need it, I'll keep it.
yep. Nope, we'll get everybody copies.
Very good. Okay, we're done with that then?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Pleasure working with you. Yep.
Okay, moving on, tonight, old business. Mitch Hansel, the FHA NDOT sidewalk grant program, time resolution 2025-07, Title 6 and ADA plan adoption.
So in your ordinances, the resolution is in there. We're hosting the, I'll let Joe speak about this. We're hosting the public hearing at the next meeting, but it's included in your packet. And that is 07 resolution.
Yeah, we'll have everything at that next meeting. The ADA completed Title 6 plan, so.
What, you will, a few pages. Yeah, so there is a sign here document that is, let me see that one, the second one. The first one, yep, the first one will be for the next meeting. And it's in a different order in your guys's stuff. It's the FHA, financial commitment letter.
Yeah, it's the financial commitment letter for the federal sidewalk project that we're proposing for to be constructed in 2031.
Yep.
For some reason I was thinking we scrapped that, but no, I remember now. It's
Yeah,
we scrapped it. It's just 5 years from now.
Yeah, and we cut it back a little bit to meet our budget.
Okay, and we were able to get it fit in.
Yep.
You off to go that last time I was here.
Yeah, well, we had to cut some stuff out to really just get to be Lucan and a little bit of Franklin Street get done, but since Lucan's the big one, because there's no existing sidewalks and we can't do that under a CCMG, some of the other stuff we're proposing there we'll be able to tackle in CCMG when we do some paving projects.
Yeah, that's right. It's only updating sidewalk.
Yeah.
Not new ones.
Construction
Yep,
ones.
new construction is not accepted, unfortunately.
Yeah, we should somehow figure out how to get that one down Lucan now.
Yeah, no,
That part now especially.
yeah,
This side I can see some, but
Yeah.
really on the other side.
Connect that whole neighborhood area
Yeah,
there.
basically, yeah.
And then you work CCMG to repair the old stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, at 80-20 versus
Okay, so what do we need on this? We need
50-50.
Just signatures for the financial commitment letter, and we'll keep that moving forward.
a little cost for us is 160.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, we've also found out it was 20% and not
Yes.
10%.
Yes.
That's the other ticket.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah. Okay, we need a motion on this.
Sure.
Proceed.
Make motion to proceed with town resolution 2025-07.
Stop you right there. If you want to restate that, this is just the financial commitment letter. The resolution will host at the next
okay.
meeting. Yep, sorry about that.
I make a motion, we sign the commitment letter for town resolution 2025-07.
Right. The 2023 FHA project. Sorry. Yep, they're getting crossed. No worries.
So,
Good job.
I make a motion, we sign the funding letter for the 2031 federal funding application for Lucas Street sidewalk project.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yep.
You got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, you're there.
And then
We're
the
done?
next,
We'd love to pass that. I'd love to
Yeah.
get that out of the way.
yeah, the next meeting will be ADA and Title 6, and
Yep.
we'll get that to bed and.
You know what also confused me here too was the 2025-07 on both.
Yeah, I know. Ordinance and
Resolution was
resolution.
ordinance, but
Yep.
still it's-
Oh, believe me, I've had that the last 2 or 3 meetings.
Okay, so moving on,
Yep.
2026 town employee insurance coverage review. Mr. Howard is here with us tonight. See,
This last time we had talked about the Anthem health coverage. We're gonna talk today about the other, dental vision, short-term, long-term disability. This is also a couple of these are not really. This is the dental. That's probably enough on the back of the chairs. You probably don't have enough. Okay. So basically, we just was looking at, trying to find ways to save a little bit of money. The rates for the vision and the dental through Omaha, Mutual of Omaha, are both cheaper. I realize now I didn't give you guys the exact price breakdown, but I could go over that real quick.
This Anthem here.
Yeah, that's it. Right now, that's a monthly price.
That's what we got, right?
That's what we have currently, and
We did make a motion at the last meeting. For that Anthem plan, so if anything changes, we could just
yeah,
tailor that
We
motion.
voted on the health insurance part, but the ancillary product
Yep,
we can
yep.
change or whatever.
Short term and
So these are monthly,
life.
$7.90 for dental.
Right. We currently, yeah, that's what we.
14 is coming up.
That's what it's going to, right?
160, so the dental vision's not changed, so let's make sure I understand. Okay, I see. 23.75, 3% increase. Okay.
And then, if you look at, the costs on the dental and vision,
Page 2, that's
page 2, I'm sorry. So this is the dental portion. And we gotta add, for some reason they messed the quote up, but bottom line is, even if you add the 3 families that are missing, it goes up to about 600 instead of 800 a month. So that's the saving of about 200 there. And then when you go to the vision, that is a savings as well of about $100 a month.
my only concern with this is kind of like a concern this year only was that it network out of network. So I'm not sure what the network looks like on this. I know most of us that use this insurance go to Knox. I don't know, you have this, Frank?
I don't go to the doctor.
Dennis.
Oh, Dennis? No, I go to Mishawaka.
So you're in the network though, you must be?
Yeah, I think so. And I have
Particular dental plan.
go with my wife too, so that helps out.
You first, nah.
Hard test case there.
Yeah, sorry, even that's. I had started to have one place around here that I know of is at whatever.
Advantage. Yep.
And that was a struggle because my wife had went to the same one for her whole life, and then I switched off of Andrew Fraser because we couldn't go there either. So the only one we could go to was that one, and then we can't take our son there. He's got to go somewhere in Valpo for another different one. We're not going to go there because we didn't like them, but it was just a big bunch of rigmarole.
Right.
So
And
my only question is awesome that we're going to save money, but I'm just curious as to if you know anything. Maybe off the top of your head, you probably don't know. It's not something that's common, but what their area looks like for.
I don't know exactly as far as who's in the network per se, but I do know that both these plans offer in-network and out-of-network coverage, just like the plan that you have now. And so that would be, that's up to the people insured to find the network providers, and I can help with that, of course. Yeah, it's not easy at times. I know that.
Yeah, I just don't want to have to go switch everything now. So if we just got dialed in on one, but if it's going to save us some money, I mean, it's not that much work, but I don't think it was easy to find out what was in network and what's in network. I spent some time calling them and going through with Anthem, because, you know, trying to talk to Anthem is like not,
Oh, yeah, it's
not
it's like talking to the IRS.
it's very difficult. So if you got issues, you got problems. So that's I wonder too. Have you worked with these guys on anything before? Is this something you've ever?
This is, I do know the company, I'm familiar with them. I almost worked for them, you know, when I graduated college. Sure. You know, 20 years ago or whatever, but, as far as their, writing their products, I have not, but again, it's just a partnership I've got through the brokerage in Indianapolis. And I've got faith in Mutual of Omaha as a company overall. I wouldn't present them. I think that, you know, the whole point of it is that we was trying to get a little bit simpler too, with not only saving money, but with the billing and everything that Andrew has to go through. This would allow us to get 2 companies instead of 3, basically, which is what we have now, kind of.
Because of the life side,
Life.
because Anthem,
They separated it out.
yeah,
Yeah, and
which is why they're sending us all those things to fill out. Because I had called you and asked you about or text you or
it
whatever.
all started with Anthem not providing short and long-term disability. So we had to break that out. So, it
So
became
that
2.
helps this here.
Yeah, and now that's 3 essentially
Part of
because
this
it's,
overall-
Yeah, yeah, the short-term and long-term disability is the second part of
I see
the
that, yep.
coverage area, yeah, and, it is actually, very similar in price to what we have now. But again, one thing that's nice about short-term, long-term disability, those rates are locked in for 2 years instead of 1. And our rates, have been that way as well with United Healthcare.
Well, yeah, how fast we have to make this meeting to make the decision tonight?
Well, the transition period would be that, you know, we have to get the applications in. If you want it to be for January 1st, then we need to get moving, that's for sure.
I had no issue with making the move myself personally, because I use the insurance. I just wanted to make sure that we have somebody around here we can tennis to, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive, you know, somewhere crazy far, which, you know,
yeah, it was like,
like Frank, he's got special pizza, so he goes to Mishawaka, right?
They don't curve me there.
oh, it's that.
Oh,
I
it's
got
on the
my
dental guy.
my root canal with and whatever that didn't help a bit would speak differently of after. Oh, I'll tell you, yeah, it was not great. But regardless, hey, I get it. I'm not a fan of any dentist. Hate them.
I don't like that sound of the drill.
Gotta go though. That's happening.
No, it just
Right, Kim? So what, anybody else have any questions? Josh, you use it, use the,
Yeah.
but you got.
I got it. Yeah, I can
okay.
pay whatever.
Alex, you have it?
Works.
Have you used it, dental?
Actually, I haven't went again because I was supposed to have an appointment like last month and I didn't go because I went the time before at Fraser's and then
Yeah.
it all got worked out, but
So
they
you
told me
dealt
afterwards.
through the same thing I went through,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. Which is it's not the end of the world, it's just just
It's
making
a
sure.
hassle the first time, especially.
I think more or less, if we could just be provided some sort of a list of in-network, if you could provide that for us, I think that would be beneficial. Just some sort
They offer the app for Anthem. You can use it, but don't trust it because it tells you they're in network and then you get a bill saying you're not in network.
that's great.
I just had to have that meeting with them because of that one.
Yeah.
But then I get the second bill
They
and
worked it out
it's
though,
in
right?
network.
They finally worked it
I
out,
never did get a paper copy to bring to you. It was all electronic.
but they finally worked it out.
The second bill came as in network, so.
Yeah, so I use the little text to chat on
Oh,
there.
yeah, they got
And
that.
I actually talked to a real person that was going through it. And I was surprised after trying to call like a dozen times, I'm gonna try different route. It actually worked really good through that.
Right.
It's like they want to use
I
that.
use that too now. I find it better than
And
calling.
then I called, then the lady gave me a number specifically for the dental side. Then that's when I realized she sent me a link to all the listings. So I mean, I probably worked on it maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, but it shouldn't take that long. But it's just the idea. It did take long. I got everything I needed and I got all the info. So yeah, I mean,
You should be able to just go to the website too and search, you know, a certain mile radius from the zip code.
it should just.
And that should work, but-
Omaha.
Yeah.
so now if we did change anything on the dental or vision side, but we could consolidate life and STD, LTD, so it's not Anthem, the
Right.
standard life and
Right.
United
We could,
Healthcare.
we could still, like, if you chose to keep your dental and vision the same as it is now on Anthem, that's exactly right. You could still switch to life, because the life insurance, That's something I didn't hit on yet, but the cost for life insurance right now is $25 a person, and it would go down to, it's, right around 12. It saved $140 a month. Was the life savings, so that was definitely something probably worth changing. And yeah, you're exactly right, though. You could choose not to do the vision and dental and still and still do the life and solve our problem with the.
See, might use the vision. Yeah, ain't trouble with that. I don't wanna get in another spot.
No, they're not
Do it where it does.
stingy when it comes to glasses.
Yeah, well, I think it's only what, like 130 a year or something.
Yeah.
with frames.
Yeah.
It's not a huge benefit, and I think this one was really similar. They tried to match the benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, contacts, $130, lens option, 65 copay. This might have a little bit better as far as glasses go. I don't know.
Really?
But it says frames. Yeah, it's still only 130 miles. It's just you have copays for vision or for your frame, daggone it, for your lenses. The bifocal single vision, they're all $20 copays.
Joe, what do you think about it? You think we should stick with what we have or switch?
I'm sure. Advantage of the networks of the Friday. They seem to take everybody, so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm okay with switching.
Andrew, what do you think?
Going in blind, pun intended. I don't think it would be a big deal either way going local.
Yeah.
If they're in that, just want to make sure they're in Newark. I'm not married to Advantage Dental.
See, I thought the same thing too on the last one. I never had this problem.
See if I can find something about their network.
And then all of a sudden, I switched insurance, and then, well, I switched insurance 3 times. And then,
Yeah.
so I got all this network issues. I never.
Right. No, you never thought about it before. Yeah,
Wonders is always every network I ever had in my life.
I know.
It's because most of these dentists will not take that rate.
Right.
That's why they're not in network.
Yeah.
Because their $85 they're offering for a clean isn't enough.
Right.
They want 115 for their cleans or 118 or 200 or whatever they want, so. That's it. About money, yeah, really, basically.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. It's all about the networks and how they, are going on. That's what I'm going through right now with Medicare. They're redistricting all their plans. So because they basically lost money on them, so they gotta get new heads in them. Yeah.
So. Okay, well, I'm not very roll dice if it can save us a little money.
Me neither.
I didn't want to talk it down, the whole thing planned down, but I still want to know that.
No, I
We'll
understand.
send it out in case we have some isolated incident where we
Yeah.
have to make sure we stick with something because of,
I'm fine with a change in that regard. Yeah. I don't think it would do us any negative.
Find a provider. Let's see if we can get one.
Probably helps us offset the increase in the insurance too.
Yeah. Yeah. The 8% or so where
Yeah.
we went up, if we could
Say
drop
$4.
3%.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe
Yeah.
we can offset that a few dollars.
Yeah.
Kind of help out a little bit.
Yeah. And to have that all in one spot, one bill per month would be nice.
Yeah, you're gonna have 2 bills here regardless, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll move
That's
the other
kind
one
of the
over.
size of our group is why.
Yeah.
Them all do long-term insurance.
I've heard some communities getting them with a school pool, like marrying with the school plan to increase both our numbers.
So many bodies.
Yeah, exactly. So that may be something to explore in the future. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, I've heard of that before because they're, both public institutions and we have, at one time we had 8, 9 employees, full-time employees, not 8 or 9, that was it. So it's hard. You've quoted us every year and I'm not looking to make any drastic changes here, but just a thought as we're talking about dollars,
Sure,
Yeah.
exactly. Eventually it's gonna, we've went through it time and time again over time. It goes up every year now.
Now it's a big cost in our yearly planning. It's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
But let's face it too, this is the most we've ever had on the plan.
That's true.
Obviously,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What's
Absolutely.
wrong there?
Right.
But
just to go, hit on what we talked about though, looks like I know Ogilvy and Weaver are the 2 dentists at the Advantage Dental, right? Was that true? Yes,
I think they were.
sure. Because for whatever reason, they're calling it AWL dentistry. But it's the address, 1911 South Heaton. That's the address.
not too associated with it. The way they work, it wouldn't be called, and they were
Dennis
somebody else.
James Weaver, I'm sure Ogilvy's the one that done my
I think so.
And then we have Dr. Dennis and Couts, another one in Knox, and then we have HealthLink in Knox as well. Provides dental service there. Certain days of the week. There's an orthodontist in Culver.
Knox and Culver, what's that?
Mary Branch. Filthy Main Street, Culver.
It was 2100.
Real time that we're doing right here.
Sure. Yeah. I had a bad.
And here's another in Knox on Edgewood Drive.
The insurance at 1911.
What was the other one you said?
Well, here's
Art Complete Family Dental?
Yeah, that's right there on, that's off 8.
That's on Edgewood Drive. Yeah, that's on
106 South Edwards Drive. Okay, so we got more options.
So yeah, more options, just
Yeah,
the amount
good.
area.
That's good. That's what we want. Okay, so we got a motion, or we want to move forward with this new basic term life they need. Yep,
Life, STD, LTD, dental and vision.
yep, mutual of Omaha.
We'd like to make a motion that we move ahead with Mutual of Omaha for our insurance.
All in favor?
No.
Johnny, anything else for us tonight?
No, I will get the paperwork roll. Okay, we're good to go. Good evening.
So you end up sending, like John said, maybe a list of providers.
Yeah, I can, once, when I get the, everything ready and we'll have a meeting, everybody will get a copy. I'll put like, let's say 25 miles or something.
Yeah.
Together.
Get some donuts too, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And if you do the 25 miles, do that one stretch where it goes to Mishawaka, check it
Oh,
out.
well, you need like 100 miles.
You just shave off,
Not that far.
shave off 10 miles on
Frank,
one
we'll
side.
give Frank special treatment.
And it's one line.
I'll show you how to
What
use
else?
it.
What's ever changed?
I just bought that guy a new Maserati. I don't want to know.
His
Stop now, he's gonna give me a ride.
We all just paid for
Yep, you're welcome, Frank.
it.
All right, moving on. Town ordinance number 2025-08 NDOT agreement and signatory authority.
2025-08. An ordinance granting authority to execute agreements, contracts, or other binding documents between NDOT and the incorporated town of North Judson, Indiana. Ordinance number 2025-08. The town council hereby adopts the following. Town will need a town official to sign agreements, contracts, and other binding documents with the Indiana Department of Transportation. Hereby approves and authorizes the town manager, currently Joseph Lessig, to execute any and all documents as between the town and NDOT. So we did this a while back for our town council president, and because of the ease with which Joe is able to handle a lot of these things, being in office here, I came across it and it made the most sense as listed on their list of public officials who are able. Now that we have a town manager position established, it just made sense. So ordinance 2025-08, I put to you.
Make a motion to pass ordinance number 2025-08.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good.
Okay, moving on to town resolution. 2025-08, resolution accepting the donated fire engine.
A resolution accepting the donation of a fire engine from the city of Valparaiso Fire Department to the North Judson Wayne Township Fire Department, resolution number 2025-08.
Motion to pass resolution number 2025-08.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Fire trucks a lot over here. Okay, anything else with those? No resolution ordinance, we're all clear on everything, Andrew?
Yep.
You, no new business tonight, looks like. Good. We're gonna move on to guest recognition. First up tonight is Mr. Scott Kusanowski.
I'm good.
Nothing for us tonight, thank you, sir. John Howard is the only other one on here, and he has left the building, so we're good there. We are moving on to the department representative reports. Clerk treasurer up first tonight.
Yeah, so Joe and I recently met with Sue Dozel from the Park Beautification Fund. Yeah, and she is that fund is tied to the town's bank account at First Farmers, and she brought over all of the documentation around that fund. So, Justin, we're going to want to get with you to create a fund within our own system in order to move that. It's a savings account. It's basically in two parts, a savings account and a community foundation account that we get a spendable balance every year off of that. And I think it's been around 3,000 to 4,000 every year is what they said. So that's what's added to the bottom line to create this fund for the park beautification that was created by benefactors of the town park, in essence, to promote floral growth at the town park. So well, they're at the point where it's under the town's tax ID at the bank. There's another tax ID in those documentation and all that documentation, but they're ready and willing with the discussions with Nick from the park board about sort of the town administering those funds with, certain, and Joe and I, it's sort of like there's nothing handshake about it, but it's almost like they want to turn those responsibilities over, because when you go to spend something, if it's the town that we want help with the lights, so we go through the park board goes to beautification gets back to the park board gets back to the town. They want to be able to utilize, they want us to be able to utilize those funds for these things without all the rigmarole. So Justin, I will communicate with you on the documentation side of it. The fund creation ordinance we'll need to do, and at some point before the end of the year, Sue and I are going to go over and probably put signatories on that account that are, I would say, Kara and I, just because that's the way it is in our system, because she's over the account on the Monterey side. But that's all, it doesn't really, there's no big work that goes into that. The work would be on the ordinance side, writing that ordinance in order to
Be able to use the money a little more freely other than plants, flowers, and trees.
And to capture some of that essence, though, the beautification, the promotion of park beautification efforts, like the lighting stuff, it's all, and they're fine with that. We talked about a match for the lighting. Hometown is already doing that. So that's just an update there. More to come. We'll try to get the ordinance done by the next meeting. That way we can wrap this up and get it signed over to the town by the end of the year. And that would be, using that in conjunction with the park board, and hopefully, park board beginning of the year have some more enthusiastic people on there who are ready to take on a few more projects that don't necessarily are money makers, but that's in essence what we'd like to see is that fund grow through they used to do porta pit, things like that. So that's a bigger discussion for down the line. But just to get everybody on the same page, we did meet with Sue. Year end coming up, reporting and analysis work we'll be doing. Right now we're working on rural development loan reporting we have to do every year for that loan we have for our wastewater treatment plant back in 2018-19. And luckily they extended the deadline on that to 1/31/26. So we're good to go there. I'll just say it now. We had a BZA and a planning commission meetings both on the same day. We're working on public hearings for the BZA. One is request for a variance from development standards, and the other one is a spot zoning that we're doing for the annex property. It looks like, because of deadlines and busyness around the holiday season, that we'll schedule that public hearing for either late this year or early next year in order to give people some time. We're going to reach out tomorrow, Joe and I, to all the members of those boards just to see what day they have available. That way we know what day to put in the public hearing notice that has to go the Wednesday before it's the Thursday it's published. So there's a whole back and forth between when it's published and when we have to get it to them. So there could be 2 or 3 weeks between there, and then it has to be 10 days after that. So that's where we're at with those couple things. I know there's more, but I've got 2 POs here. Oh, there's more already in here. PO 2908, that is to Barco And that is the 32-gallon receptacle that we did receive payment for from the gentleman's insurance that hit it right after we put it out. And then that's $953.29, PO 2908 to Barco Products, formerly Kirby built, which is who we've gotten all of our equipment from over the last year, 2 or 3 years actually at the park. And then we've got PO 2909, that is Baker Tilly, and that is for the last month with Nicole coming to present our comprehensive financial plan at our last meeting, the meeting before last. That's PO 2909 to Baker Tilly Advisory Group in the amount of $3,845.36.
Motion.
Go.
Can she zoom in?
Who?
Cool.
She could.
2.75 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, she brought all the plans, I guess. That's sort of a nice thing to have. We have it in a nice compact way, but regardless, you know.
Open that or whatever that costs, but send it to us still.
All right.
That's what you want.
I'm just saying, I mean, if, you know, we're at 175.75, 180. Every time she's come here, it's another 2.75 hours, which makes a difference at the end of the year of how much we're putting. I can't remember the hourly rate is, but we know it's not. It's not cheap, is it? Several $100. Exactly right. So. I don't know, just thinking out loud. I don't say every single time she comes, but you know, there's something we could zoom on now. It looks like we're zooming. We had
Yeah, it's sure.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Make a motion, we pay PO 2908, 2909.
Second it.
All in favor? Aye. If it's on yours, the counter.
Then we've got the Light Up North Judson 2025 holiday decorating contest guidelines and a timeline here. So we just need a motion to carry out 2025 Light Up North Judson.
Motion that we carry out the 2025 line for North Judson.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Well, I guess you can. Let's see, you want to push the date back? Because weather might have pushed.
Yeah, I took that.
But
Right.
I'm looking at my calendar here and I realize you probably can't push it back.
Right. I'll mention that to the girls tomorrow, and if we need to, we can get the word out on Facebook and on our Text My Gov and all that kind of stuff. But I think they'll be, and before they put out the big announcement, of course, I'll mention that to them in the morning because
That stuff's supposed to be lousy
yeah.
the rest of this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's tough. I know we had my mom, we were going to get some out, but we haven't had a chance to get them out yet for that reason. Exactly. So yeah, we may want to push it back. And we could even, I mean, it's always nice to get it to them before Christmas, but at the same time, we could do it a couple days later or a week later or whatever. It's not the end of the world. So that's all I've got.
Being on North Judson, is this part of your deal?
That was part of the insurance stuff.
This is Sean?
Yeah, you can skip that.
Okay.
That was from last meeting. He just presented that one as an option.
Oh.
If we decided to do, open it up to more providers.
Thank you.
Yep.
Moving on then, school board, nothing tonight, school board, building inspector. Was Tony here last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing from him.
Nothing from him. I don't think anything new has come through, so.
No, not since the new construction.
Since
Yeah.
Corey Stacy's new construction, which he took care of, so
Okay.
it's been quiet. It's winter, I think.
Code enforcement.
Nothing to speak of really. We talked about talking with Justin about 404 High Street, seeing where we're at with that. I'm sure Justin's got something for us on that. I think we've added another place we'd like to get on the books because we just can't get anything going. It's basically abandoned on what's it, Ohio? Ohio Street.
One on the corner is brutal.
Yeah. Which one? Oh,
Yeah.
the roof.
Which I know it's been 45 days.
The
Yeah, the Torcha. We publicized that in the newspaper, Justin. We weren't able to get service certified to him. So we published it in the newspaper.
What's the last name?
Torcha.
There was two that I filed on right before Thanksgiving, like filed complaints on. like right before Thanksgiving. That may be one of them. It was the whatever two we published in the paper because it's the last meeting you said that.
So those
yeah,
two, that'd be
yeah.
one of them. Yep.
Two of them have been filed on. High Street. What's that last name?
Wit.
Yeah. So they filed their answer at the end of October. We're just waiting on the court to set a date because it's fully briefed. So we filed a complaint. They filed an answer, their attorney. So we're just at the mercy of whenever the court gives us a court date at this point. So, but I think I mentioned last time, I've got several in the city of Knox too. We're waiting on court dates for. It's just end of the year. It's nothing against the courts or the judges over there. It's the end of the year and we don't get a lot of stuff set in December. So, but yeah, it's.
What about, over there on State Street?
Oh, the burnout house.
What about that? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to give that property owner. We filed an unsafe with them. They had a response that they were going to be doing some work there. We haven't really seen any movement.
There you go.
No, there's been, I don't think, any movement.
If you look past the front, why there's.
So me and Frank can sit down and give that gentleman a call and
Yeah.
let him know, like, hey, we gave you an opportunity to. You had promised by summer, there's going to be new windows in the place and it's going to be all from the road looking like.
What block is that?
First block close to Schricker.
Yeah, kind of across from Dana Carpenter.
It's one of those, again, we've talked about this in the past, where as awful as it sounds, like it's been like that for so long. You don't even see it anymore. You don't even see it anymore.
Is that by the one that was caught on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at it when I went by the other day, and I think there's snowmobiles or something.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there. I mean, honestly, I think that's been like that for a decade, right?
It's someone around there. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Justin's by there every day and he's
Well, I mean, not every day, but it just.
it's the subway they go.
Yeah.
So,
So it's a half of it all.
So we can, we've already done an unsafe with them and we got a response and we were trying to work with them. So we'll touch base with them again.
all right, anything else? Anybody have questions about? No, great, we'll move on. Anything with unsafe, I think we covered that.
Yep.
BCA Planning Commission into that.
Just mention those two meetings, public hearings we have coming up.
Okay, redevelopment commission, we're good on that, or we gonna have one of those this
Tentative for, and Troy Group's covered, so we may need to approve one or two bills for the end of the year. If so, it would only be a 6:15 meeting, so we can tentatively plan one for, 15.
Gonna set our end of the year as well.
Yep. Yeah, so we could schedule that as well. I know we want to do employee reviews and that kind of stuff.
When do we want to set that?
But we can,
We like to, since we're talking about it, we might as well. Yeah, but talk about it under something else you want, but
yeah, let's do it during
let's
Joe's.
do it during Joe's, that's a
Yep.
good idea.
Yep.
Park, anybody in park, Joe?
Just the Christmas lighting, tree lighting will be this Friday, 6 PM.
Hometown's already been out.
Yep, they're currently working on it. They've got a couple trees finished. They'll be finishing up. And then we're gonna meet with Park Board President Thursday to go over, make sure we've got the timers all situated and everything that they've done in the past that we can get accomplished this year.
Okay.
And then I know speaking with the Park Board President, looking to maybe expand the park board or potentially get a park committee going. That's not really, we're not bound by IC code pull from town, things like that. Try to get some more people involved with the park. That the goal is to help the park out. Try to get fundraisers going again, and have them some buy-in. So more to come with that.
Yeah, I think it would benefit from, no, we can't force them because it's a volunteer position, but it would be nice to have one of them here once in a while.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to always be Nick, I don't honestly.
Right.
Like, how about Andrew 1 month, and well, he should have 1 month, but.
Yep.
Whoever Scott or whoever the next person is on that position, just once a month, like they all come 3 times a year, that's what we're talking.
Yeah.
Basically, they just rotate, everybody has certain months. That'd be nice because we can give them ideas, get their ideas, and then they can take that back, to their meetings and say, they meet once a month, right?
Yeah.
It stays fresh. Joe and I talked about going to their meetings routinely
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it needs to be both ways too, because things come
Sure.
up in this meeting that we would want to discuss with them, it would save time and everything else if they come from us as well, not just
Right.
you calling to Nick and you and him have to have this conversation that gives them other, players more skin in the game.
Yeah, we want to get them all involved, and that's the goal. I mean, we don't want to alienate any park board members. We want them all involved. You know, we've
Exactly.
obviously invested a lot of money in our park, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we want to continue with this growth.
Yeah,
And we'd like to see our park board. We just don't want them as this board that just, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We want their input. You know, ideally, it'd be great to have them do something and really back it. Go, hey, we're doing a fundraiser and we're doing this, whether it's $1,000 upgrade or a $10,000 upgrade a year to the park, but are working in conjunction with us to where, hey, we're growing stuff. We've got plans. We're looking on things to grow the park, and they could be doing the same. So
yeah, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's necessarily fair, even though Nick is the president, to expect him to be here
no, absolutely.
all the time. I mean, yeah, you and him have a relationship. You can call and talk to him. That's great. That works out okay. But I also think that there's also a step that's in here with us too, where everything's got to go filter through you. Where it's be nice every now and then, there'll be somebody hearing. Like I said, other ideas from other park board members. That's what they're out there for. So
Absolutely.
have more skin in the game would be great. Okay, anything else for park?
That's it.
Thank you. Moving on to police, Frank.
Not a lot of excitement. I talked to you guys about, I think the Fortress Security Solutions, right? And going through over the inventory, talked about that already, right? So I have appeal for that. I'll talk about what they're gonna do. So they're gonna come in, and I think everybody, maybe except Alex, you never got to go through and show you that stuff. So we could get together so you could see that one day.
Okay.
But everybody else saw the kind of mess that we had going on. So now winter's here, working on that inventory issue for the evidence. And logistically, the best way, to go about getting that done is to hire this company to come in and just knock it all out and be done. So we bought some save money because this company basically will come in and do everything. But I think we saved ourselves some money where we bought the shelving, the racking, and all the storage stuff. And they're going to come through. They're going to go through every single bit of evidence that we have. And that includes all the drugs, everything that we've got, basically. They're going to catalog it, make sure everything's labeled. They're going to take that information that they get from that, because I mean, there's pieces that are this small, and then there's a mattress in there from a deal. So you got such a wide variety of stuff. They're going to take that, they're going to log all that, they're going to put it on a spreadsheet. They're going to place it all in this new storage system that we got put up. And so it's all organized, and then we'll have it on a living, breathing spreadsheet, like it's supposed to be, and be able to work from that going forward. That is the first step to being able to then present a bunch of this stuff. In my estimation, probably about 90% of what we have can be qualified for destruction. I mean, we can get rid of it. It's just taking up space. We got stuff in there for decades, literally decades. And there's only a small amount of forever evidence that we need to keep. I think I talked about that last time. Homicides, things like that, which we obviously don't have a lot of, or anything like that. So at the end of the day, this is the first step to getting rid of a bunch of that, and having it the way it's supposed to be, living, breathing document, so that new evidence comes in. Everything's done the way it's supposed to be done. We haven't been doing that for a long time, it seems. So that's our big news for that. So with that is a couple of POs. PO 2902, the Fortress Security Solutions, for that work that they're going to do for $66.18. And then PO 2903 to Menards, where we bought the storage and shelving, the storage and tote system, all that stuff to get this done for $888.60. That's all I have.
Motion to take PO 2902 and 2903.
Second.
All in favor?
Pretty excited about having this. They're going to get this done in the next 30 days. Pretty excited to get this headache done and move on from that and on to the next today.
Anything else going on? Everything else is good?
If you got questions,
Tables running okay, Colin?
we still have the one,
Four wars at stamps.
it's at stamps, everything else seems to be running pretty good.
I see
Yeah.
the white top a lot more now.
Yeah,
Who's
Yeah.
driving the white top? Is that?
Adam's driving up because the Explorers and stuff.
Yeah, I saw
Once
somebody.
once that gets back, he'll switch back over. But yeah,
I don't know if there are any questions. Thank you, Frank.
mhm.
Moving on to fire. Nate, you're up.
Well, today starts our new year on our calendar. We ended last year with 272 calls. Our new officers take their positions starting today. Eric Waffles here with me. He's going to be the new assistant chief. Other than that, we don't really have a lot right now. We've got our Christmas party this week. We'll be around to bring Santa into town Friday for the parade, but about all I've got for now.
Nothing else for
Got
tonight?
anything?
Eric, you're able to come when Nate's not here?
Yeah, we've talked about the schedule. Obviously, we're in the same place, harvest time, planting time, but we're gonna take our best effort to have one or two of us here. About a tractor combine I can up here, but
That's fine. Yeah, parking lot over here.
we've utilized that parking lot before. Not sure,
Oh,
but
so nice come through here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know most everybody here, but those of you that don't know me, I grew up here. Been in the fire service for 18 years, just about 16 of those here on North Judson, so familiar with the area and equipment and the department, so looking forward to helping lead from a new officer position.
Good. I don't know if, I think, Alex, did you ever get the tour?
Yeah, and then
Fire department too?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I didn't know if you had yet, so. That's good. I always encourage everyone to get that. I got it with Joe when I started, it's very helpful. So yeah, it's also, again, I know Eric would love to get it. So
I would.
I know people, that's why I was gonna suggest Alex if he hasn't had it yet. to get it.
I'll do another one if you guys want me to.
Yeah, right. We'll go a second time.
Yes, I think Eric has gotten, Eric's got to, I don't know for sure, but if he hasn't. He would probably. And so,
Good call.
Frank, I don't know if you've done that with anybody, Linda, Alex, you done with the police?
I have not looked at those.
There you go.
Everybody else, I think Linda, you did too, right? I got you in there. But just Alex is the only one I think I haven't.
Hey, you done Eric already?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait much time.
I mean, I think it's a great thing when new members get on and go through the police department, fire department, utility
I did.
department, and really get a grasp of everything that is going on in the
It's
town.
Amazing.
It-
When you, I did Marshall. I went through everything with Marshall and I was amazed at the utilities, like the stuff I had no idea. It's so much, you have a lot better appreciation for it and understand how we're spending the money by going through all that stuff. And you guys probably know that. I would always recommend that for all three of them, fire, police and utilities. Maybe the here now with Joe, because we have a lot more going on here too, because have four employees, you learn things you can come here as well for the building.
Yeah.
How that office works, and you figure out how that office works, then you like numbers, you can go work with Andrew too, I guess, like that. So, yeah, anyway, okay,
I got one purchase
sure,
order.
go ahead.
Hiddle Electric Service, PO number 2907 for $1,115. Got some light issues going on over there, so he made a service call the other day.
Make a motion with PO 2907.
Second it.
All in favor? All right, anybody else have any questions for Nate? Congratulations, Eric. Good to see you, Nate, even though I didn't see you last night. Thank you very much. Are you guys coming to the Christmas party?
Eric, just, yeah.
Yes.
Have to get that invite out since it just assumed it. Yeah.
Date on? It's
13th. Saturday
Okay.
evening in Culver.
In Culver, December 13th.
Work that out.
We'll have Kara send over the details. It's a good time. Meal.
Okay, moving on to utilities, Kim.
Everybody should have got their report. Been running the town's leaf pickup, trying to keep up with the leaves at the park. We did the new water tap for one of the two houses on Franklin. Had a few sinkholes pop up that we've had to address. Plowing, water leak this weekend. It's been a little on the busier side. I got a couple POs. PO 2901 to HML for sludge removal testings for $790. PO 2904 to utility supply for curb boxes for our valves for $506.34. And PO 2905 to Smith Farm Store for a backpack blower for $629.98. No, it was actually on sale.
Black Friday.
That was prior, but
I make most pay PO 2901, 2904, 2905.
All in favor?
get them and do.
A lot of leaves out there still.
Right. In theory, at least pick up dawn unless the weather goes back to not having a foot of snow on the ground.
There's piles of leaves all in my neighborhood. I saw them when I just went through the other day. We're starting to get snow. I'm thinking, oh no.
We
You got all mine.
Yeah, we made sure that Wednesday, yeah, before Thanksgiving, we made sure we were out.
Oh, you guys
the
did
whole
a good
town.
job. It's just I don't need to keep up. Like there was, I think I went through, I counted like 15 places that had leaves
And
out.
Temperature wise wasn't too bad for Thursday, Friday, so I'm sure people got out and then we got hit with that snow.
Well, and the span was short because it was cold and we got whatever that was, rain all that November. Then all of a sudden, all the leaves came down. And then everybody tried to get out, but it was really cold. It was just a really, it was a difficult, I remember, I don't know who it was. I talked to Sam, like, man, we got to extend that leaf because of the weather. And now we got all the snow. So it's like, it doesn't. So I know you guys like around December 1st, you're ready to cut that down and get it cleaned up. And I understand that. Thought we were going to have to maybe.
And now it's 5 o'clock at start. So it's like the weekend rush to get those
I
done
think
creates.
Mother Nature
Yeah.
made the decision for us. So
I know the week before Thanksgiving or week of Thanksgiving, we spent 3 hours alone in evening. I filled up the machine 3 times.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's crazy.
Just
though.
in
That's a lot of
your little
leaves.
area.
I know.
Every road, every side had.
Yeah, everybody was out.
Trees everywhere.
Yeah, so. Okay, anybody else have anything for Kim?
I just say I saw Kim way too much this weekend.
Yeah, I wanna tell Kim and her staff, you know, they did a great job this weekend. Obviously plowing snow is one of those thankless jobs. You know, the staff came in 4 AM on a Sunday.
Yeah.
To get the roads clean. I know I went out at 8:45 Sunday morning, AM, and I could slide down every road. They were open. And you know, we always get complaints every year that people, hey, you know, they went by and they plowed our driveway, and we've been in the process of educating people all day long. Like, look, you know, there's over 800 houses in town. The utility staff can't go by everybody's driveway and wing it away and bring it in. They just plow the roads. Obviously, if somebody's out there and is shoveling, they're courteous. They'll wing it, try to, you know, to help that person out, but we can't do it, you know. So unfortunately, when we plow, you know, there's gonna be some snow that goes right in to the edge of the driveway. That's just the way it is. There's no, so I thought Kim and her staff did a great job. And then not only that, but Sunday, then they had a water main break. So they went right from plowing. Kim got to call the staff all right back in. And then they spent, you know, the next 4 or 5 hours repairing the water main. So, you know, great job to you and the staff, Kim. And, you know, it's cold. It was a long Sunday, but you guys got it all done. So.
Very good. Glad to hear that. All right, anything else?
And Frank wouldn't share his heat with me Sunday either.
I drove by there.
Waved.
I went and saw their hole.
I waved.
Had a big muddy hole. Get myself all.
Pull your gun. What are you supposed to do with that? You know.
I'm surprised. Anything else we got with them? Okay, good. We're moving on. Town manager Joe, you're up.
All right, I spoke with Vandecoat Signs, and actually I'll have a PO for our new LED sign that we have budgeted to put at Norwayne Field. We budgeted 25,000 to get that sign completed, and Vandeco is actually coming in with 21,700. So we're going to be under budget. We're going to use another 1,000. I've already spoke with Fiddle Electric. They're going to run the electric to that sign. And then at our last RDC meeting, we discussed about doing some masonry repairs at Norwayne. some of the bleachers, some of the tuck pointing. So I met with Chambers Masonry and got a quote for them to repair about 45 spots in the bleachers, some of the cracks in the slope sledding hill, and some various tuck pointing. Then also around the new LED sign to do the fieldstone base. We budgeted with RDC for next year, 10,000. Chambers will be able to get all that done under the $10,000 mark. So that's great news. I was informed by NDOT today that our CCMG project, our proposal 2026-2 for our tape sealing, we were awarded that. So we'll be able to do that tape sealing as we plan this year. So that was great. I've spoken with Town and Country and actually signed the contract. So we are under contract with Town and Country for Highland Cemetery. We're first in the spring. They're coming in, remove roads and repave the existing roads. So that's another huge thing for us to get done that we were going to have to piece out over the next 5-6 years out of
Depending on the
RDC.
cost, yeah.
And now
I'd
we're
like-
able to get it done.
I'd like to get some education out there, whether it's in the leader or the market,
Yeah, so that's
just to
what I
get
was
people
gonna
up.
say. So prior to that, I would say like a month prior to that, we need to have some verbiage for the office. We need to have something maybe in leader, like he said, something on Facebook.
we can
Say,
do-
hey, we're creating more. This is why we're doing it.
Yep.
We're removing these roads. They were the least traveled or whatever the verbiage you can say. But definitely need to put it out there so it's not shock, because there'll be a ton of sticker shock. Anything with the cemetery is. And
Yeah, for
that's just
sure.
how it is at every cemetery. So
Yeah.
definitely we need to have some.
We figured our website, Facebook,
Yeah.
we can do a text my gov that just something basic that just says, hey, some changes, some upgrades happening in the cemetery. To learn more, come to town hall or contact.
Or
And in the
email-
leader,
email, hey,
there'll be an
Joe
image.
Leadership of town.
Yeah.
or whatever, you can have a.
it wouldn't be hard to put an image.
Yeah.
Set up, send them to them.
Yeah, you have an image on there showing the roads we're removing in red,
Yes.
ones we're keeping in black, that kind of thing.
Maybe that would go in the bleeders.
That's
as
what I'm
well.
saying. Yes, absolutely.
On the Facebook page, maybe that.
Yep,
Anything
it could
we
be
can-
a JPEG that goes with it.
attachment, Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
No
It's
problem.
gonna be very important.
Yes, I agree. And I'm grateful they waited until spring for that sake.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
I
it
was
gives us
freaking
some
out,
time to get ahead of it.
losing it. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, we don't want to, we don't want no one to be surprised by it.
No.
And then, Kurt Verhagen, he did another duplex. Everybody's probably seen, across from the park on George Street. Part of that, we have an alley right there that we were in need of putting some stone down and doing some things. And working with Kurt and us, it gave us a great time to do about 150-yard upgrade to that alley once they got all their heavy equipment in. So we were able to get with Hill Excavating, and they kind of owed us a favor. We paid for the gravel, and they actually skimmed it for us, brought their equipment in with the rollers, and got that 150 yards of that alley re-gravel and got it compacted really nice. So it works out for Verhagen's, and it's something that we needed to address too. So we got that all completed, and then I have 5 purchase orders. Purchase order 2897 to 4Imprint for Christmas appreciation gifts for $1,381.75. Purchase order 2898 to Hiddle Electric for park lighting upgrades and the underground feed repair for $5,765. Purchase order 2899 to Bandico Signs for the new LED sign in Norway for $21,700. Purchase order 2900 to USI Engineering for 2025-2 CCMG, ADA Title 6 and Hubney sidewalk project for $8,039.16. And then purchase order 2906 to Main Street Floral for the downtown planters and snowflakes for $650.
Make a motion to pay PO 2897, 2898, 2899, 2900, and 2906.
Yes.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I don't know if you guys all got to see the planters downtown that Main Street Floral did. They look great. She took out the mums, decorated for Christmas, bows, put evergreen in there. And then the snowflakes, we own those now. So every year at the end of season, she'll pull those out. We'll store them. Next year, she'll reuse them and do a similar thing. So, she's been doing some great work for our plants downtown, and we're able to give a local business some business, and we're seeing some great things and we're getting a lot of positive feedback on them.
Okay. How many do we have for the Christmas party RSVP? What do you guys know?
I think Friday about 30.
Maybe a little less than normal.
Mhm.
But it's, we have to travel, so it's.
Yeah.
Okay, I would encourage what this RSVP over. Is that?
Yeah.
done? Okay. I missed that whole thing. All right, and then end of the year meeting, which we said we're gonna put under. Under Joe's here.
Yeah, so we have an extra week, thankfully, between I don't have a calendar in front of me, an extra week between the December 15th meeting and the first meeting in January. Lovely. So
So you wanted to, so the 5th is our first meeting.
yeah, we could do our year-end meeting the 29th. And it would be 2 weeks from our previous meeting, you know what I mean? Like we
normally
always
do
do.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
No problem, that's the thing, we usually do it around the somewhere between 29th and the second.
29th sounds great.
And so, were you doing it in the morning or are we doing it at night?
We usually do it about 7:30 or 8.
You. Correct.
What do we want to do? 8. Let's do 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
December 29th at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
We'll have the salary ordinance, and this will be after. I don't know what we want to do about or how you guys want to carry out the employee review stuff. But I don't know whether we did those back to back or we
Thought
did
we did
those
them back to back
after
last year.
after the last meeting.
Felt like we did them back to back
Together.
last year.
Yeah, I think.
Did we?
Yeah, I thought we knocked out the.
Okay, I thought we did it after the regular meeting, the middle meeting in December, and that sort of then went on to inform the salary ordinance that we talked about on the 29th, which either way is fine with me. It's just stacking those meetings early in the morning like that if somebody's got to get to work or whatever. That's one thing. That's why when we're here on this 15th, if we just want to, after our regular 6:30 meeting, we could all meet in a special meeting, but we could do those two, or we could do it all in one meeting, the 29th of the morning, and make sure we get, that's what it was. Make sure we get the employee reviews to the council by the meeting on the 16th or 15th. That way they can look through them or analyze them.
so you want to do it all?
Or the year-end meeting, just the 29th. We're talking year-end stuff and employee review meeting. And we can do employee reviews and then the salary ordinance.
That's what we should do it, but we just don't have enough time.
I know, and that's why maybe doing the employee reviews the evening of the
So
15th.
how about this, are the better, I guess the better angle would be, are the employee reviews going to impact anyone's salary this year? You think so? You think? You guys still want to saying, like, they're really gonna.
Yeah, no, I get what
If we
exactly.
push it to January and say, hey, let's meet with Frank and let's meet with Joe, because those are the only two, and Kim.
Yeah.
Let's meet with, that's what we're talking about meeting with, right?
Mhm.
So this is really gonna matter if we just do end of year stuff and whatever has to be done in January or on the 29th, and then let's say we can schedule the employee reviews for a day. And then we have a regular meeting, maybe we could do 5:30 and 6. If that makes any sense at all, I don't know. Or maybe a little bit earlier, or we can do one after the meeting and two before, whatever is. You should all the whole team.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to squeeze them all in that morning and then bust out a whole day of.
Yeah, that's
Where
why
we
I
at
thought we
work,
had done, yep, I thought we did the second meeting in December last year, a special meeting after that to do that, but I could be mistaken.
So December 29th, we'll do salary ordinance, all the end of the year stuff, and then January 5th, we'll do employee reviews, potentially before the normal meeting and after.
Or even the second thing, as long as I think they're done by the end of January, I think that's. Good.
Sure. However you guys want to do it.
Any thoughts?
It's,
think they-
it's changed the dynamic a bit, having Joe in that town manager position, because
Sure.
we set a salary ordinance that's between this number and this number.
Mhm.
So the fate of that employee's salary is essentially in Joe's hand
So.
at that point.
Right.
You guys set the
Exactly.
bracket
And I think
numbers,
the
so.
Evaluations for these two were done by Joe with our input and,
Sure.
and then we also had Joe.
Yeah, and there's not been anything that's sort of dire enough where, this person's salary is gonna be impacted by
Exactly.
these
That's what I'm
issues
saying.
this day.
So
I
to
get what
have
you
us
mean,
do it
yeah.
before that day, it's not really,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna get it. C, D, or F.
Right.
Right, sorry, C, D, F, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's getting any of those grades, so I think we're,
You're fine doing it after
Exactly.
ordinances
I
are
wouldn't put
set.
it off too far, but yeah, I'd say, before the second meeting, if we can get it done in January.
Yeah, and even as you're having discussions about these things over the next two meetings, this meeting and the year-end meeting, there will be things that come up in the year-end meeting that may impact that.
Right.
That
And I
as
think
you're,
that we also should all have conversations with Joe. between
that's what
now
I'm
and then.
saying. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Talk about our input on what we feel like maybe between these guys, if we've got any feelings or thoughts, or, good, bad, ugly, great, amazing, whatever. I think that Joe should contact all.
Their review opinions, get
Yeah,
those to
exactly.
Joe.
So, we can make sure it's all on there. So,
Sounds good.
great. And then 8 o'clock, very good. Moving on then. To legal update tonight, Mr. Tram's with us tonight.
Just so I don't forget, can you guys email me, Joe and Andrew, the proof of publications on those two properties that were in the paper? I'm sure I'll be prompted about it when that goes to hearing, just to make sure that got in there. So I don't forget. Another question, I guess this is more for the council. So when I file these complaints against these properties, the reason they are in court is because they've not been compliant. I can, by statute, ask for a $5,000 civil penalty leveled against these people because they've been non-compliant. Now, the judge may or may not grant that. So I'm proceeding under the assumption, unless you tell me otherwise, that I ask for that $5,000 civil penalty against these properties when I file it. Now, it's something that we can always negotiate for a release later, but if they've made it to court, they've ignored us, they've not responded, we've had to spend time, money, energy to get it there. So I don't want anybody to say later that my client, which is you five, have not permitted me to ask for that $5,000 civil penalty against the people that are there. Are you okay with that? And again, if the judge grants it, the judge grants it. And you can negotiate that later. Let's say that, the judge gives them 60 days to enforce our order. And they do that, and they come in and say, I've got this $5,000 penalty. Will you consider taking that off? And it's up to you guys if you want to negotiate that release. But at least at the outset, I want to make sure I have your permission to ask for that penalty when I file a complaint.
Is that something that could be done on a case by case basis, or is that to be?
It can, it just, it's something obviously you guys would have to talk about in a public meeting, which doesn't mean you're not comfortable with doing that, but
I only say that because this property now that we're working on has been a problem thorn, lots of hours of work for a lot of people. A lot of people not even sitting here, like actually went there and drug stuff out.
about Mr. Witt's property.
Yeah.
I like the idea of just, asking for that and like.
Start out with.
Yeah, and then the council can waive it because like the Corcher property down here, this might help spur them a little bit, like, oh, I just incurred a $5,000 penalty and I still need to do this. And I think it almost feels like it's more of a bartering shit for us to where it comes in like, yeah, get it tore down and get it repaired and we'll waive this. If not, you've got both. Sorry.
That's how I file it. When I file my complaint, I ask for that penalty, but I don't want anybody saying that I did it without your permission. So,
Want a motion?
Yeah, I think we're okay with that.
Yeah.
you guys, you don't have to make a formal motion, I guess. We've got it on record as,
We have a consensus here.
yeah.
I think there's gonna be a time and place where maybe that wouldn't be ideal, but definitely right now, these properties that, a lot of these properties that we're really putting teeth into have been
That's a long.
Right.
So what's the? I don't know how much of this I'm going to talk about here, but what's the what ifs? What are historical what ifs when we get to this point and we should never have to get to this point and we'll get to this point now, and so maybe the judge grants this $5,000 fee or whatever. Again, we're talking turnips and how that all works, and at the end of the day, people are paying for nothing. They're still not fixing nothing. You know, usually people respond to fines and money because they think, oh, you know, the government's fining me or whatever. But at the end of the day, we both know how sometimes this can also go. What have you seen in the past?
What if,
I mean, so are we talking where we get to the point where we're picking people up on $100 hospital warrants because they just refuse to pay $10 a month? I mean, 'cause sometimes it's gonna get to that point where, okay, handcuffs is the only language this person understands. And I don't know in this particular situation with it being civil like this, that we ever get to that point.
yeah, collection of the outstanding amount, I guess, is one thing. Enforcement of your order, the court order is another. We've got a property over in Knox right now that we're a year into, ordered it, demolished. We took it to that extreme. The guy doesn't have the money to do it. City of Knox is trying to perhaps get a grant to do it, but Knox, they was put $90,000 in demolition, and then we had an order week for interest on a vacant lot.
Yeah, right.
Back. Right. So, I mean, there's some of these people that you guys know that are relatively judgment proof because they don't have the money. They don't care about the ramifications.
No,
So
there's not much you could do with
we
that.
saw that down here with that building that you had to pay $100,000 to tear down, right?
Yep.
I mean, you couldn't really collect anything on the back end.
No.
So
No, it is that 5,000 goes to an expense that's 20 times that ultimately, in some cases.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, and I mean, people don't like to hear it, you've got to decide whether or not you want to spend taxpayer dollars to remediate something that somebody else dropped the ball on. And that's the hard decision to make.
And it seems like it doesn't necessarily take the criminal turn versus civil asset garnishments, those kind of things is sort of the way.
That's interesting, right? Because of what I said, I'm sure you've done these before. I mean, I hate doing those, but sometimes somebody has to go in handcuffs for $100 hospital.
I've got hundreds of warrants over the last 10 years for hospital bills. Yeah, I don't like it any more than anybody else does, but
why does the hospital get to recoup their money where we don't?
it's unsecured. So most of your hospital claims are unsecured. These properties are secured. If you've got a judgment against a piece of property, it's a little bit different. Now you're never going to recoup the full amount that you're due. But so the hospital warrants are for failure to appear. It's not for owing the bill. That's where a lot of people, you've defied a court order, you've not appeared, and the court's saying you have not complied with our order to show up. So, it's a failure to appear. So it's $100 that's applied towards the bill and pays it down. But yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's important for people not in the business to understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, I've got a lot of that over the years. I'm going to jail for not paying a hospital bill. No, you're going to jail if you not showed up to court to answer as to why you can't pay your hospital bill.
And that $100 and $100 is going to go toward the hospital bill.
You've had people that have come in for 20 years, never paid a dime, and after 20 years, we can't chase them anymore. But you know what? They showed up to court every 6 months like they were ordered. And
Continuance.
well,
Yeah.
And I know, I think Frank, myself, I think everybody, I mean, we always get people that are asking us about certain properties around town, and we're educating them at every chance we get to, like we're trying, we're doing everything within our means, and this is kind of some of the last steps of the means that we're trying to get these people to comply.
This is unprecedented. This is something that's never been done.
But the people that Joe's talking about, these people think, well, you guys are the government, you can just do whatever you want. I mean, of course, that's the Facebook.
Facebook 39 too, remember?
Right. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we're going through the proper channels, and this is where it leads us. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. You gotta be really, really careful with these. All you need is for one to go bad. And I mean, it's soured a judge as to everything you're trying to do over here, whether it's an ordinance violation that you're trying to press. I mean, there's been some over the years where I've had to tell municipalities like, don't chase it. You've got a bad ordinance when it needs revised, or if a judge is going to look at this and not like it and throw it out, then you've lost all credibility. So, especially with these when property's involved, You're asking somebody to demolish a house, maybe it's the only thing that they own on this earth. I mean, that's a pretty severe thing you're asking for, so you wanna make sure that you follow the right channel.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So we've got the fund ordinance for the park beautification, and then we got the two public hearings I'm gonna work with you on for the BZA and planning commission as well, from my end. And I will get you those, proof of publication from the leader.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All good?
Yep.
Thank you. Additional business team necessary by the council, Alex Wimberger.
Don't have anything.
No, Eric Knight, Linda Banks, Josh Brown. Everything on one, it's been clear. Payment of claims in the amount of $297,444.73 for the time frame of November 18th to December 1st.
Make a motion, pay those AP dues.
All in favor? Aye.
Make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Good, very good, very good.
Over 20 minutes.
Thanks, Josh. Remind me, I think